Okay, so good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we're on the day number 8 of our class, and yesterday we discussed about the policy acknowledgement, and policy exception. Okay, just to be little bit on the policy exception part, that a policy exception can be raised in the policy itself, sorry, from the policy acknowledgement itself, or it can be raised via ECS portal, Employee Center portal. So what is available for that out of the box? For that, I will log in into the ECS portal for the from the user. And when we install this plugin, we got this thing. This is called the taxonomy. And if you click on this taxonomy, okay, and in the taxonomy, you find this thing. Policy exception catalog item is already there. The same item which we fill when we click on the exception from policy acknowledgement. But here a user have a flexibility that what exactly he want to be do. He want to do the exception for the policy, control, controllability or issue. I said the policy. Which policy? So our policy is also appearing. So remote access control policy. Short description he can put. Not available. Description. No. Reason. So now you can see this thing. Justification. Risk description that if I will not follow this policy now and I'm looking for risk, then what can be the risk? Possible risk. Valid from, valid to, and watch list. And then submit. And it will go back in the user. So let's say if I'm raising a policy for this one, remote access control. No.
Atul, is reason and justification not the same thing?
No. Reason that why you're not able to do it. Justification a little bit more from the business perspective as well. So reason is just fix available or awaiting maintenance window. But justification that why you're waiting for the maintenance window. What is the business reason behind that? See, I cannot give you exception every time. You can say Atul, holidays are coming. Okay, that is the reason. But why you cannot attend the class? Can you justify holidays will come? That's fine. It doesn't mean that internet is not going to work. So you have to be justified from the business perspective. If you're looking for exception, you have to give a proper, good business justification. Because it is a risk. Even though you are saying that please exempt me from this policy, but by mistake, if you've done something wrong as a part of this policy, then see, then we have to give the proper justification. Then valid from, and priority and watch list. And if you want to keep, then fine. If, then submit it. So now my record is generated. What I can do, being a user who requested for this one, I can cancel my request and it will go in the analysis phase, analyze phase. So now I can log in as an admin of compliance workspace. go to the list and search for the policy exceptions. So what is the number for us? 2002. This one. And now it will be analyzed. So either as a compliance measure, I can cancel this request. No, not valid. Or so if I little bit go in this dive. Hmm. Hmm. So either I can ask for I can just see everything is good, justice is provided very good, and I can add the approval. Or I can ask for the review as well. This one. I can say once it go for the review, then sorry, it's go for the additional approval first. That okay, I'm approving, but other person will also approve it, and I can ask for the compliance review as well. Then, if this exception is given, what can be the risk? Very high. Then you can put the justification and risk mitigation plan because its risk is high. Even though risk is there, still we need a mitigation plan. And then you can say. Now you can ask for the compliance review. In the review state now. Now say if you see here, just you see, it's in the review state. Now it is in the review state. What this mean? That even though if you want, you can add you can add your comments that everything reviewed has been done, means proper justification, risk mitigation plan is there, risk rating is there, and then you can say yes, it is fine. And if you notice, we are still in the same, but the SLA has been attached here. It's called the task SLA. So here SLA is starting now. We have to provide some resolution. All good, all fine. Then additional approval. You can request approval if the impacted control has an honor, because might be for this particular policy there's a no honor defined, so you can also use an approval rule for this one. Let's see, can it define something here? No. Approvals? No. So it means this policy don't have the full information and causing the issue now for us. Let me save this. So it's stuck. So we have to go back and see that what policy it is. And then we have to be, so now I can move forward. I cannot move forward because I stuck due to the information is not available fully at this particular point because owner is missing. So if you see not available anything, let's say I can update here. Approval is there, is this skill rating, revise it. If you want to revise it, new rating, no, new rating is 2, not high. For impact, comments, anything, settings. If no, then The following are mandatory. Reason of changing the risk rating. Okay, reason era. 2 is also good and safe. But the problem is that we're not able to move forward here. Or either I have to be logged in as a compliance manager, even though I'm also a compliance manager. Approval group compliance manager. This one. So let me impersonate Carrie Mackey. And let's see what happened with this particular thing. So important part is that in this roles play a very vital role. If a user has a role, that will be good. See, this user having a compliance manager but don't have a WS compliance manager role, and it's not able to see the workspace. Policy exceptions. This one. All policy exceptions. So our number is 2002. And now he or she can approve it. Means it has been fully approved. If he or she needs some information, he or she means this compliance manager can add additional user. Not work done. It has been approved, and now you can see the different tabs here. Completed and close. So this is the way that a new exception can be raised by a user from the portal. Now we have done these things. Let me come back here. Let's say this one. This done, policy done, exception done, citation done. Now we're going to discuss control objective and control. For the risk, we have to install the risk plugin. Now, what is the control objective specifically? Because it is again a complete life cycle is there. We discussed a little bit on this particular part. So control objectives are my directions or standard that a company need to follow. Every company has a policy, a strong password for your use for your application. That is a control objective. And what is control? That for the Outlook, there must be 12 characters password. That is a control. So objective that what things you want to be adhere it. You want to follow it. Objective control is an objective direction or standard that acts as a guidance. In the house, the fire system should be always working. That is my objective. Control, every 6 months there must be an audit happen. Or control, everybody know that how to operate this fire equipments in case of fire. So control objective is simple, that what type of objective it is: preventive, corrective, detective, or item impact. And it is coming from, कहाँ से draw होगा ये? Coming from citation. I am referring one of the authority document section number this in my area. Now, if this is the control objective, then what is the control? Different types are there. We will create the objectives as well. We will create the controls as well. This is what we already see. So agency, document, citation, objective. Objective is consumer right disclosure, personal information disclosure, data subject rights, accountability, incident reporting are my objectives. Under this, I have a controls. So control is something which is performed by user, organization, or the business objectives. As I say in the control objective is every company must have a strong password. Control that every user have a password length of 8 or more character. अब ये तो सिस्टम नहीं करेगा नहीं तो एज ए यूजर हैव टू बी डू इट और we have a control that every day when the backup has been taken last day before yesterday backup must be deleted. That is my control. It can be automated as well, but it can be people based as well. And we have two type of controls mainly: standard controls and common controls. Standard control means the control which is applicable or which you applied for all individual entities. Like in this class, there's a standard control that everybody need to do the homework daily. That is standard control. And how I will evaluate it, how I will make sure that it is compliant or not by checking your PDI individuals. Because you are just 6 or 7 in this batch. I can have a look on everybody's PDI. But if it is more than 200 students, 100 students in my class, then it is not possible. So in that case, what we do? We use the common control. Means if I check for the first bench people and they done their work, I assume everybody has done their work. So common means something on the entity type level. And common says this thing, test once, compliance many. If you're testing the entity type, we are saying rest is already tested. Just say example for the common control means nowadays everything is SSO enabled. I say that everybody password must be 12 characters and above. If I say it is a common control, is it required? Is it okay to put a policy that your Outlook password also be 12 characters, your Teams password is also 12 characters? Atul required ही नहीं है. Why? Because everything is SS enabled. One password is required and that's done. So that is called common control. Means you are just putting the control on the main entity type and rest entity is getting verified. So this is what the example it is given here. This one. The controls are managed and tested by shared service function, business applications that Miro, Teams, Outlook, Zoom, automatically and inherited. क्योंकि अगर मैं एक control in I'm putting on my identity and access management, then no need to be verify these things because यहीं पे अगर password गलत है, if the password is not set here, the password is not following the right policy here, then downs will definitely not follow the policy. So there's a difference, and it depends that what you want to be do. You want to be go for the standard controls for every entity you want to be do, or you want to do as a common control. And in this, if you see, there's a word is coming, attestation, a key here. Someone asked me that uh, yesterday I got update or I from the on the LinkedIn that, hey, you started this GRC batch. Can I join that batch? I said not now. It's more than 7 days has been done. Okay, so not now, because the reason that GRC what we are learning is not same as an incident change and problem which you can easily relate it. The life cycle, the concepts, the terms are totally different, and I don't want anybody to be joined now and create a problem for every class. Okay, so I am attesting something here. No, and with the reason that why you're not able to, why you cannot join this batch now. So we will see that what is my use case. Do I need to be go for the standard controls? Do I need to go for the common control? And then on the basis of the control which has been linked to the different entities, again I'm coming on this part. This one. Let me copy this, bring down as well, because multiple times this is going to be used. This one. Then we see that how this control is working with the different entities. Actually, practically not this one. Uh, this image. Even not fully this one. This one. So we've done this portion now. And now we're discussing this and this. Exceptions we discuss, false exception we discuss. Now we are discussing that how to create a control and how to attest that control. Anu, can you attest my documents? What this mean? Means you are verifying that the Xerox copy and the originals are same. Only then you will attest it. Or you blindly attest it. No, Atul. I will verify and then I'll do. So now we are going to be discuss this thing and this portion. Mainly this thing. So now clear till this point. Doubt, question, clarification. Anybody?
Yeah.
Good. Every control has a life cycle. Like every policy has a life cycle. One more thing. The policy which we created yesterday. Let me end impersonation. What is the name of the policy? Sorry. This one. It is in the published state. Now, if you think that this policy is no longer required, you can retire as well. Retire means work done. No protection required for this on this particular policy. So there's a policy from 1st of June till 31st of July. Every employee need to be come by 8:30 morning. Now it is 1st of August. Retire this policy. So we can retire it, but we are not retiring it now because we have to be build the relationship in our area. Okay. Let's come back here. So every control has a life cycle. And then on the basis of the policy relationship with the control and control objective, the compliant and non-compliant score get generated. For this, we have to be ensured that we activated the risk management plugin as well. It is a full separate topic for the risk, so we're not going to be activate immediately. We'll do it, but little later. Okay. A control has many fields, mainly enforcement, frequency, classification, status, and the state. State means a life cycle. What need to be done here? This. So if you notice that a test is one of the state here, because in the control must be attested, review, monitor, or retire. Control types, category, and this is what the life cycle says. Number one part, draft. What role is required? Compliance.user role is required to create a particular control. Because see, this 1, 2, 3, and 4, this is easy to understand because we know. But a test is something little different. So a test is like a survey which is sent to a few people which tell that is this control has been implemented or not. I am creating a control for the finance, and I know in the finance Ritam, Sonam, Mahesh is my compliance manager. I will send this control for you to be attested, and I will give you survey question. 2, 3 questions I give you, and then on the basis you do it, you can answer it and you can attest it. This survey is something similar as a survey designer, but we call this as a assessment engine, smart assessment engine. Something newly introduced by ServiceNow in the, I guess, Yokohama release. In this case, it is not going to everybody. We have to be assign it that to whom or what response I wanted. And attestation doesn't mean that it is live. Attestation means the given things are implemented, ready in the system. Because when it reaches to the monitor, it means then it starts using it in the practical use case. Once the attestation has been done completely, then it go for the review. And again, here the compliance manager rule is required. And then finally you're sending it to monitor phase. Monitor means it is available in the production for the actual use. And now you can start monitoring that is your policies or your control is compliant or not. And if it is not required, retire it. Clear हो गया यहाँ तक? Can you move forward to the practical part? Sonam, Ritam, Hemant, Mahesh, Sai, Vinod, Manish. I'm starting remembering names now. Dhruv. And
Yeah,
doubt
good.
any question? Okay, good. Now let's come back here. Again, this is my workspace. So now I will see the control objectives. Now, if you see, The objective says the source is UCF, but we did not install anything as of now. So let me see that is something UCF is available here. No. Or unified. No. The thing is that for the UCF, we have to get the plugin installed. Is there or not? Let me see what is the plugin name for the UCF. Wait, I guess I have one slide because it is the special plugin required for this one. Which type of a integration work? Yeah, this one. Yep. So this plugin is required, but it is a kind of a store app. Yep. So we cannot install here. So it is separate subscription, or let me see with this complete name: GRC compliance UCF. Here. Because we did not install every plugin, so we have to do one by one. So I'm installing the UCF. What UCF means, if you come back this picture, this one. So agency is one who is maintaining all the authority documents, and that tool they're maintaining is called the UCF. From the UCF, we are getting everything now. Source has been done. Small plugin. The thing is that if my company, the only benefit of UCF is that, or let me give you example. We all are using mobile phone, smart mobile phone, have a different apps installed. Do you update your apps manually, or it updated by system every time, every day? Definitely it's automatic nowadays. Either using the Android or you're using the iOS. And what is Play Store? Play Store is a place where you can go and search for any kind of a app you want to be downloaded. UCF is my Play Store. There are millions of app available. Do you download every app? Yes or no? Do you download every app? No. What do you download? What the app you're looking for, you only download that app. WhatsApp चाहिए. Yeah, messenger app चाहिए. And the messenger app we have a, let's say, 200 apps. No, I just need Slack. So you're downloading one. So UCF says, boss, I'm giving you many things. Let me refresh this page. This one, Unified Compliance Integration. In this UCF, you will find each and every each and every authority document which is applicable across the world, across the industries. ये तो integration हो गया उसका. ServiceNow and UCF integration. Definitely we are in the PDA, so we cannot do the integration with the actual service now. UCF says, boss, I will charge something from you every year. Might be 200 rupees, 300 rupees, 500 rupees, so that you can get everything is here. Like some people purchase the Play Store as well. Why? Because they don't want to be go for the ads, or they don't want any app with the ads. So they pay it. Same thing is for the user. User says, you want the standards, I am happy to give you. Now, once I done this part, I can search for the authority documents. Or let's go to our workspace. That is best place to be go. And now you can see the authority documents here. This one. What you want? You want for AICPA stuff. You want COBIT one. You want ISO 30001. You want NTPC, NIST SP 800. You want PCI for the card payments. What type of authority document you want it? Because ये base है आपका. My company want to be get certified for the ISO 27001. So it means I'm looking for this authority document. I said, guys, tomorrow everybody need to be come in the class by studying the Indian law specific to labor. Atul, that's fine. So this is what we are saying, this thing. Now consider this as a story. Anu says, Atul, it is तो possible ही नहीं है. In the Indian law for the labor section, we have 500 pages. What exactly you want us to be go? We're discussing this thing. आप specific बताओ. Atul, I am just a small company, just 2 people company. Why should I read the 500 pages? Then I will pick up only those parts from this authority document which is applicable for my company. To run a IT business, a company need to follow 10 rules. But in the law, there's 1,000 rules. So UCF says, boss, that's totally fine. Which is applicable for you, pick up that only. So this is my UCF, Information Technology Security Techniques for the security management. Under this, I have a 251 citations. And this is something which we will not write. This is come from here only. Yeah, system is there. So if you see this again, let me show you. Here you go. Configure the source of your control library using the API. आपको और क्या चाहिए? ITIL चाहिए, ITSM चाहिए, COBIT हो गया, PRINCE2 हो गया, ISO हो गया, HIPAA हो गया, GDPR हो गया. What do you want? Because it is a PDF, so we have a very limited number of authority documents. Every authority document is already imported in ServiceNow instance. Must be in any shared list you wish. Means from the UCF you can take everything. But what is actually applicable is your citation. Or I can say not citation, but control objectives. Book chapters. Pages and controls are like my paragraph. So under this, I have 251 rules to be compliant. But Anu says, Atul, my company is not that big. So there's a citation. If it's a small size company, and if you see this thing, table A.1, row A.2, 12.6.1 ये क्या कर रहा है? This information is coming. So what you say when you talk about the Indian law? As per the Indian law, section 142 clause A, ये वो है कि in the authority document there is a table A.1, उसका row A.12.6.1 saying this thing if you want to be run a small business. And what it's saying, this uh, citation means the organization shall obtain information about technical vulnerability, used timely way, evaluate the risk of these vulnerability and take appropriate measures. अब ये citation है, means this is something applicable for you. But in this citation, I have one control objective. But Mahesh says, Atul, no, this is not applicable for me because there is no vulnerable item in my company. Everything is outsourced. It means this citation is not applicable for my organization. Okay, what next? हाँ ये अच्छा है, ये applicable हो सकता है. 7.2.1D. The organization shall keep documented information as evidence as a person competence. That if I want to be hire a person, he must be competent in this particular domain. Like if I say I want to be go outside India for a job, why the company should hire you? If they're not able to find that particular skill set in their own country, then they hire you from the other country. And to prove that to their government, they must have this thing. हाँ तो ये applicable है क्योंकि I hire the people from the other countries. But under this, what I have to be do? Document all training in a training record. ये मेरा control objective है. If I will not keep all the training records, then I'm losing this control. और अब इसको open करो. Under this, we have a policies. But अतुल ये तो एक है, हमने तो citation एक पिकअप किया था, तीन क्यों आ गए? Because the same thing has been said by other authority document as well. This thing. One-to-many relationship. Citations can be more or many-to-many relationship. Fraud का जो case है, that is not only 420. Might be there the multiple sections applied. 420, 422, 425, 426, 428, 418 as well. If anybody found guilty as a fraud, these sections are applicable. So it is many-to-many relationship. Attempt to murder. अब murder तो नहीं हुआ. अगर आप if someone threatened someone, it is also considered as attempt to murder. If that person show knife kind of thing, attempt to murder. But these things has been segregated in our law in the different sections. That is control objective. So one objective can be cited by multiple citations as well. This is what we do when we go in our research area, PhD. If you read any paper, research papers, you will find that after some line in the brackets they mention ABC, 2016, XYZ, 2018, MNOP, 2019. What this mean? That the statement which I'm writing it, these previous researchers in these years also mention these things. So it is important This is what the consulting work for us. That what control objective is best suited for me. क्योंकि if you added a control objective in your area, then you have to be follow the full compliance. अब बाद में बोलो तो ये तो applicable ही नहीं, ऐसा तो होगा ही नहीं. Let's say you're filling a form for your next course. By mistake, you tick a regional language. I'm saying by mistake. You don't know, you're not aware. Now, when the date sheet come, you find that, oh, I have this exam, but this is not applicable for me. Boss, but you already ticked that part. So if you are taking any control objective, make sure you have a policy for that one. So if you see there's a no policy, it means at least in my demo data, there's a no policy has been applied for this control objective. It means it is not in use at point of time. If you want, we can add. Just click here and add your policy. But it's not showing the policy here. UCF detective delete. Come on, it will show the policy as well. We should able to add our policy called LNG. Or you can create your own new policy as well. Clear हुआ फंडा यहाँ तक everybody. This is important for the understanding purpose that what we are doing. Every control objective must cited by at least one authority document. Now, if you come back here, citation, हमने तो ये वाला पिकअप किया था, but ये भी है, देखो. Now, same thing has been told by NIST authority document as well, and same thing told by the COVID as well. But अतुल, अभी तो हम तो बात कर रहे थे अपने ISO की, तो ये कहाँ से है? Because this is applicable. If you have one process in a place, if you have the document for that process, you're actually complying with the multiple standards as well. This is what this citation means. So if you satisfy or you have one policy, it means you're satisfying these 3 citations in one go. So linking is important. Clear, everybody? Because this is going to be base for you. Good. So now let me come back here. This thing. So now what is applicable for you? You can pick up that. 251 citations only under this one. If I go back here, COVID. Let's say I want my company to be COVID certified. So this is what it says. COVID is issued by the System Audit and Control Association, ISACA. ये उन्होंने इशू किया है. UCF is maintaining that in their own platform. Or there is a regulatory authority who is maintaining everything in the UCF. And you as a company is using this. So COVID has total 270 citations. देखो ये will be easy है. DS 10.2 The problem management system should provide an adequate audit trail facility that allow tracking, analyzing, and determining the root cause of the problems. If I want that my company is COVID certified and I'm using the problem management, if I'm not using the problem management, this is not applicable for me at all. I'm again repeating. Will you take, let's say you are going for a family picnic, a family trip, and you're going in the hill area in the complete summer. It's like May, June, July kind of month in India. Hot, complete summer. Will you carry the winter clothes as well? Tell me, will you carry the winter clothes as well?
Yes.
Will you carry winter clothes? Your coats, blazers, or might be caps, gloves. You're going in the hot summer season, very hot summer.
Then not.
Then not. Why? Because that is not applicable. Same thing is here. If in your company you're not using the problem management, then this control is not applicable for you. Simple. This citation is not applicable for you. Atul, let's say for the incident management. Let's say this one, survey desk. This is applicable for me because in my organization, I have a survey desk team. The organization should establish survey desk procedure so that incident cannot be immediately resolved, appropriately accelerated according to the limit of this part. What this means? If I am having the survey desk, then I have to make sure that they hold a proper SLA and they have an escalation process as well. And how I can prove this? When the audits came, I can show them the process document. But in my process document, I mentioned these things clearly. Auditor say yes, it's fine, compliant. To this particular part, I have one objective. Include emergency processing parties in the incident management program. To fulfill this control objective, I can create a one control. And then I can link policy. Understand now this picture completely, that we started from here and we reach at this particular part now. And we're going to do this thing. देखो इसलिए if you notice, policy is linked with the control objective. यहां पर है, कंट्रोल में नहीं दिखाया उसने, क्योंकि कंट्रोल इज लिंक विद द कंट्रोल ऑब्जेक्टिव और अ कंट्रोल ऑब्जेक्टिव कैन बी लिंक विद द itself as well, means parent child relationship भी possible है यहाँ पर. But main point is that citation. Can we add our policy now? Not sure why it's not showing to us. Might be there's a no control for this one. And you can add a new control. And this control has a life cycle. Clear ji, everybody?
Yeah,
Good.
clear.
Good. I'll not move forward because it will be a complete length of discussion which we discuss tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to do these things in the service now. So now we got it that, okay, this is what the control objective we're going to follow it. Let's take, we want to create a new policy for this control objective. so that we can see the complete life cycle, complete flow. So we'll build this thing, and then we go for the other section of this one. Then what can be the control test, indicator, plan and the risk. रेड में इसलिए क्योंकि इसके लिए अलग से प्लगइन चाहिए. Any last question, doubt, clarification required by anybody before I close the recording for today? Okay, but let me stop the recording and take attendance now.